Russian missile and drone attacks on Ukraine overnight into Saturday killed at least 4 people and wounded 20, according to officials. Air raids hit Kyiv and Dnipro. The Ukrainian Air Force said Russia fired 9 Iskander-M ballistic missiles and 62 attack drones. 4 ballistic missiles and 50 drones were downed, it added. Ukraine's Foreign Minister Andriy Sybiha said Russian missiles and drones had also targeted the energy grid, railroads and homes in Dnipro, Kharkiv and Sumy. According to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy, his country has faced around 770 ballistic missiles and more than 50 Kinzhal hypersonic missiles fired by Russia since the start of 2025 up to 25th October. The final attacks come as Kyiv's Western allies ratchet up pressure on Russia as the war enters its 4th winter. The United States and the European Union announced new sweeping sanctions this week on Russian energy aimed at crippling Moscow's war economy. In this week, US President Donald Trump announced new sanctions against 2 of Russia's largest oil companies. The measures target Rosneft and Lukoil, 2 major oil corporations that help fund the Kremlin's operations. As White House, United Kingdom also imposed new range of sanctions against Russian oil companies. Additionally, in this week, European Union accepted the 19th package of sanctions against Russia. The new sanctions target energy, shipping, finance and trade. Notable measures include the introduction of an LNG import ban, tighter restrictions on the shadow fleet, export restrictions and further restrictions on provision of services. However, EU leaders meeting in Brussels have so far failed to reach a deal on using Russian frozen assets. Russia's Vladimir Putin has branded the oil sanctions as an unfriendly act that does nothing to strengthen Russian-American relations. He also accused the US of escalating the conflict by allowing Ukraine to use long-range missiles against Russian targets. Putin warned that such actions would cross a dangerous line, saying Moscow is ready to deliver what he called a decisive response if its territory is attacked. Lastly, leaders of the Coalition of the Willing met in London to coordinate extra pressure on Russia. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer hosted Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy, and NATO Secretary-General Mark Rutte also attended. Japan's new Prime Minister Takaichi Sanai joined the talks online. The leaders called on more countries to implement sanctions against Russian oil companies.
To reply on what you were asked for. No.